Hey, what's up everybody? Broman here, bringing you another video. This time I want to be showcasing the P47 versus the J2M2. So there's been some discussions on the forums about how you can possibly fight this the J2M2 with its hilariously low battle rating. And I guess my answer to that is fly another plane with a hilariously low battle rating. So that's what I'm doing here, flying the P47. What happens when 200 tiered planes meet? Well, it pretty much comes down to who the better pilot is, I think. In almost all aspects here, I think the J2M2 is probably the better plane. It's got better climb rate, higher top speed, better maneuverability. I mean, the only real advantage the P47 has is performance at altitude. I mean, that's all I would really give it. So really, this guy shouldn't have lost to me, and he makes a critical error here. So you see, he started with such a huge altitude energy advantage. He made an attack run on me. I used my roll rate to avoid him. Pretty much just, rolling out of his fire. Nothing really too challenging there. If I was any better, I could have capitalized on that and shot him down already right there when he overshot me, but I'm no Messerschmitt, so I'm not that good yet. But here he makes the error of chasing my last friendly enemy here, trying to save his Ki-49, and I just maintain altitude here, kind of shadow him and wait and see what happens. He's losing all of his energy down there, and I'm maintaining mine, so now then I have a substantial energy advantage, and he's the one that's in trouble. But I lose him here. I can't target him anymore, and I can't see his dot. I can still see this Ki-49, and I'm not really going to try to kill this Ki-49 while there's J2M here, but I'm just kind of chasing the Ki-49 now to see if I can coax the J2M2 into showing himself. And eventually that's what he does. He climbs up just above the horizon there, above the ground, over the ocean. You can see him there maybe in that bay, just a little speck. So I see him and I turn back for him. So he did make this huge error at the start of the match, right? He gave me a positional advantage, but I don't really think this guy is that bad of a pilot, because what you're about to see, I mean, it's not bad flying. He gets a teammate here who shows up, this A6M2. And this is potentially a very dangerous combination. So the J2M2 has a lot of speed. The A6M2 has a lot of maneuverability. So I could get myself caught in a bit of a rough situation here if the J2M2 can force or can encourage me to throw away my energy in maneuvering, trying to follow him, which is what he's trying to do here. He's trying to get me to split S. He's not going for the head-ons. He's actually being kind of smart here. He's trying to get me to split S after him, which would result in the A6M2 easily being able to cut inside my turn and shoot me down. Unfortunately for him, I'm not that stupid either, so I'm not going to do that. And I know that I have such a huge top speed advantage over this A6M2 that I can, for the most part, just pretty much pretend the A6M2 is not even there. Or that's what I thought at the start of this. Really, no matter what happens, I mean, as long as I just don't, do something incredibly stupid, that A6M2 is never going to be able to touch me. But as I'm starting to find out here, I can't really do anything to the J2M either, as long as that A6M2 is behind me, because I can't be aggressive really in my maneuvering, because as soon as I start immediately trying to chase that J2M2, that A6M is going to be right there to shoot me down, and that's kind of what's starting to happen here. He gets a little too close for comfort here, and he actually gets a shot into me, but it doesn't do any damage. But so I'm starting to realize I can't really, if I'm going to kill the J2M2, I have to kill the Zero first. So that's my new main objective. I've got to take care of the Zero first. So for the time being, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on the J2M2, but right now I'm going to focus on this Zero. So unlike before where I kind of went into a steeper, more aggressive reversal, I go into a slight zoom climb here, using my zoom abilities to get me up above the zero, get me into a nice position where I can attack him. So at the top here, I roll over the top of my climb. Now this is still a very risky maneuver here, right? And thankfully things worked out my way, but it's important to note that this could have just as easily gone towards the zeros. But I think I time it just perfectly, and his aim is just poor enough that I'm able to nail him right as he's stalling out there, and he can't quite get his guns on me. So there you go. I set him on fire, but he pretty much immediately puts it out, and I'm not exactly sure that I've done a whole lot of damage to him, so I'm still a little bit concerned with him being in the area. I don't want to commit fully to the J2M yet, so I'll keep my eye on him. J2M flies underneath me. Zero's starting to turn back around to get back onto my 6, which leads me to believe that perhaps I haven't done enough damage to him. So still, I have to make sure that I get this guy out of the fight before I can go after that J2M2. Climb up, roll over just like before. He doesn't have the energy to climb up after me, and as soon as I start diving on him, I notice him dive away. So that's my cue. I know he's out of the fight now. Even if he did come back, he's too low energy now to really pose any threat to me. I can commit to this J2M now, so that's what I'm going to do. He is now without the assistance of his zero to help him out. He's just kind of extending here, and I'm just kind of chasing him. You know, he's got the speed advantage over me here. I'm not going to dive to chase him, right? Because that just doesn't work as well. You want to kind of maintain your altitude while you chase him until you get above them. It sort of conserves your energy a little better. And he's far enough away that if I went into a dive, I just bleed all my speed. So I'm kind of waiting for him to make the first move. Here he goes. He goes for a reversal. This time, I'm going to let him fly underneath me. Go for my climb, a more aggressive reversal here. But I notice that as soon as I start to roll over to dive down on him, he pitches up. So I abort my dive, go back into a climb, turn it into more of a spiral climb. I've got the energy advantage here. He's pulling these hard maneuvers. I'm just kind of maintaining my energy state by climbing here. I sucker him into a rope-a-dope maneuver here. He stalls out. I roll over, and now I'm on a 6 o'clock and in gun range. It's, for the most part, a pretty easy shot here. Got to fight the instructor a little bit, but there we go. Set him on fire. That's the end of the J2M2. So you can see, I mean, yeah, I had, when we eventually started fighting, an advantage. So I started, I guess, technically with an initial energy advantage. But, I mean, in all reality, this guy did start with an energy advantage, a significant one, and he could have taken me out. But with some good flying, some smart tactics, you can reverse on him. So there he goes into the water. He's not pulling out of that dive. The zero, I'm going to end the fight here. I pretty much just chase down the zero, shoot him down while he's trying to land, and that's the end of the match. So there you go. That's, hopefully you learned something from that, or it was at least entertaining. I will catch you guys in the next one.